Did Jordan Brand just make a better Air Jordan 7? I mean, it's fucking possible. This is for a great price too. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we've got a detailed look and breakdown on the Jordan MVP 92. This shoe is an interesting one because it was supposed to be, or at least originally leaked to be, another of the RM series. So we've got the Air Jordan 4 RM, and supposedly this was supposed to be the Jordan 7 RM. But somewhere down the line, something changed, and I think it changed a while ago because all the box labels say what the shoe's name is, which is the Jordan MVP 92, obviously pointing towards the 1992 season, as well as the shoe that he wore in 1992, the Air Jordan 7. Now, before we deep dive into these guys, we do have some brand new WearTesters merch available now. It's all performance gear too, so if you hoop or you do any other performance related activity, you might like all of this stuff. We've got 2 shirts available, one in white and yellow, one in black and red, both stating testing in progress, something that we use often over at our Instagram page. And then we've also got a restock on our popular white and black socks, along with brand new looks like this white and red colorway, this black and pink colorway, as well as a higher top crew cut option in black and red. If you're interested in grabbing anything that you see and supporting this channel more than just watching, liking, and subscribing, you can head over to Serious Player Only, where you can grab this stuff exclusively right now. Now, this is the box. It's not anything crazy. It's just a Jordan 90s era box. Inside, we've got these guys right here. I am actually going to call these bad boys because this is kind of cool. I kind of fuck with this, you know what I mean? Like, this is really neat. It's also confusing in many ways, which we will talk about, but like, this is just something that I think is a good idea, but also like a conflicting choice. You know what I mean? Like when we're talking about like consumers, or at least consumers that consume all your products. But basically, there was a name change or a theme change. Are they gonna continue the RM stuff? I'm not really sure. I think that this maybe doesn't quite fit the RM mold just because it is so similar to the Air Jordan 7, where I think the Jordan True Flight feels more like an RM, where it's like, yeah, there's definitely Jordan 7 isms in there, but it's clearly not an Air Jordan 7. And that's kind of how I feel about like these guys right here. It's like, these are very close to an Air Jordan 7. It's damn near copy and paste. There's been shoes that look like this that's actually released. So like if you think like, oh, the Jordan 7 doesn't belong in low top form, well, a lot of people would agree with you because they look kind of funny this way, but they've actually released low top Air Jordan 7s before, and it's always like met with a jarring response. A lot of people don't f with them, but this is not anything new. They've been making Jordan 7 samples for years. So we've got like this really cool white and orange one, and then there's also the chambray or cambray, I don't know how to say that word, but whatever. That colorway, they chopped that down into a low originally as well. I do think in certain colorways they look great, like that white and orange.
Ooh, I like it muy macho.
But then the colorways that they actually did release, despite them being one original colorway, they just look kind of funny. These, not so much. I think it's because they bulked up the back of the shoe. The other Air Jordan 7 lows, they really just like cut off the heel collar and everything, but kept everything pretty much the same. This is a different structured build in certain areas, which is why I like question, like, is this a better Air Jordan 7? Because it kind of feels like that. And before I forget, they also made a Jordan slip-on. It's called the Jordan 2-3. Those are weird. The most confusing aspect, I'll just get out of the way right now, dude. It's the fucking price.
Is it $205?
No. Bro, if they released a Jordan 7, it'd be around $200, right?
Yeah.
$205, whatever the they cost right now. These are $145. $145. You know what they got in them?
Nothing.
Everything.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not nothing. Everything. Like, I'm shocked. I was like, what? This is not a takedown? This is like a real thing? You know what I mean? I got these in. First off, Jordan 7 rubber, outsole, everything. The rubber, it looks like the recycled. It looks like Nike's grind material. The reason why I say that is because there's all these weird like different rubber speckles or spots in them. So it doesn't look like premium or anything. Like, it doesn't look super clean like an Air Jordan 7 would. But I mean, that's the Air Jordan 7 outsole. You know what I mean? Like, no doubt about it. Move on up to the midsole. It's the same midsole. It's a copy and paste. It's quite literally polyurethane, and then inside that is a full-length Air unit. Full length for $145. What the is going on here? This is not even the crazy part. The crazy part that really got me was when I took out the mother insole, and it's a real polyurethane. What the like, I like this, but why wasn't it on the Jordan 3 Pure Moneys? Why is it in here for $145? Were they just lying around? They were like, okay, just put those in. Nobody will notice. Somebody noticed, okay? At least one guy. He's out here crying about it on YouTube. I know. But yeah, for $145, this is a great shoe. You know what I mean? Like, say what you want. Like, you want the real Air Jordan 7 or whatever. I get it. All I'm saying is that they didn't half-ass anything here. Like, this is legit. there's everything in there that you'd want. This is a cop, especially on discount, in my opinion. On top of that, like I said, the way that they restructured everything, it doesn't make them look as funny as the other Air Jordan 7s that have been chopped down into lows. Like this looks like it goes together, you know what I mean? So it's like really, really interesting. And yes, I know this is a play up or a continuation of that MVP series where, what was the other one? Oh, it was just called the Jordan Jumpman MVP. So yeah, they're continuing it with this one, even though that shoe had a lot of Jordan 7 stuff in there too. Had the 3, like it had the Jordan 6, 7, and 8. This one is just Jordan 7. But now, the upper is very Jordan 7-esque. It's a synthetic nubuck and stuff. This is gonna be different depending on the colorway. There's like a brown colorway, there's a black and gray colorway, and then there's this one. I grabbed these just because black and red, traditional Chicago colors. Plus, if you wanted to be creative, you can always like paint the whole Raptors looking or charcoal looking colorway onto the midsole. I know that the red needs to be on the top, but still, you could do that if you wanted to. You don't have to, but if you wanted to, you can make a Jordan 7 charcoal low, and that would be sick. But yeah, the nubuck isn't great or anything like that. It's definitely of the synthetic variety. At least the top coat is synthetic. What's underneath that, there might be some animal material in there, at least enough to not put that sticker inside where it's like, yeah, the upper contains synthetic leathers. This one, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of animal product in there because they just, again, they don't come with that sticker or that label. So the top coat of nubuck is not genuine. It is synthetic. What's underneath that, there might be traces of animal, just letting you know. Now, something that they did change along the upper outside of the whole like high top to low top collar thing is actually at the midfoot right here. They added some ventilation there with something that very much looks like the Air Jordan 4. It's not plastic netting, but it is mesh netting nonetheless. So we've got some additional airflow in there. They did remove the internal neoprene booty sleeve, which is one of my favorite parts of the Air Jordan 7, but the tongue and everything is still fairly gusseted. Like it's attached right here at the midfoot all the way down, and then there's a sleeve portion in there. So you do have that neoprene front, but it's not all the way around the foot like it is traditionally. You also got this Flight logo right here on the tongue, which I think looks fantastic. I don't know why this wasn't on the box. Like that would have been cool, but whatever. I do think that they should put this on the upcoming Flight Club Air Jordan 4 heel tab. I think that would be fire. Speaking of the heel, that's also a big change. The 23 little emblem that is traditionally on the Air Jordan 7 is no longer there. Instead, you know, they're catering to the new sneakerheads that want Nike Air on the back of everything. Why do they want Nike Air on the back of everything? Your guess is as good as mine. They didn't live through this era, so I don't know why it's so important, but here we go, it's on there. On top of that, the heel area is beefed up. So not only is this section an external heel counter, but there's also a chunkier one on the inside. So these very much feel very playable. If you didn't want to play in a pair of Jordan 7s in terms of like their retail price, or maybe just you didn't want to ruin a pair, but you did want to have that similar experience, this is the closest thing that you're going to get. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that is exactly what I would order. These are available at multiple retailers, so wherever you go and buy Jordan products, you'll probably see them there in some colorway. And with all of that being said, do we happen to have a user submitted question of the day?
Other than the Chicago colorway, if you could choose your top 3 Jordan 1 low or high colorways, what would they be?
High or low colorways, OGs, like OG colors outside of the Chicago?
I think it could be any, you just can't have Chicago.
So it doesn't have to be an original.
It doesn't say original.
Well, he used the original as an example, so that's why I'm
because I think they knew that you would pick that.
Because it's the best one. You know what I mean?
So out of all of them.
Oh, we're talking about that's released?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were like, what would you want to see? Which Jordan 1 low are we talking about?
Or high.
To just one or
low
both?
Or high.
One of each?
You get 3 choices, 3 colorways.
I do? Where does it say that?
All right, people, let's do this one last time.
Other than the Chicago colorway, if you could choose your top 3 Jordan 1 low or
My
high
bad.
colorways, what would they be?
You could stop now. I said my bad. Damn. I'm gonna go all OG, which some people might not like. If I can't pick the Chicago, I'm going black and red, black and royal, and shadow. I just think that those 3 are fucking fantastic. They look great. They're the most classic of classics outside of the Chicago, and they look good in both high and low form. So why not? I would prefer like at least one white based colorway. So in that sense, if I was gonna like shoehorn one extra one in there.
Now you gotta bump one.
What?
You don't get to shoehorn, you have to bump one.
No, that I'm changing the rules. It's an asterisk.
No,
okay?
you gotta yeet it.
No,
it's
we're
gone.
not yeeting anything. I would go with the white and grays or whatever, natural, neutral. I don't know what people like to call them, but that's the extra colorway as the side. But for the most part, I would pick those 3 over that one. So that's why I'm not yeeting it, okay? It's just an asterisk. It's just there, just in case you need it. You don't yeet what you might need.
Sometimes you have to.
No, we're not yeeting But what about you guys? If you were to pick your top 3 colors, they could be anything.
Of the Jordan 1.
Of the Jordan 1, so OG or not, feel free, sound off below, let me know. On top of all of that, what do you think about the Jordan MVP 92s? Do you think that this is a better Air Jordan 7? I kind of do, especially for the price, $145. Why does this come with all this stuff for $145, but we don't get all this stuff on shoes that cost $200 plus? Like why? Why? It's so weird. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We will catch y'all in the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one.